There is a profound sickness in the modern mind that tells us we must struggle, fight, and claw for everything we want. We believe that if we aren't constantly holding on with white knuckles, our lives will fall apart. But have you ever noticed that the more desperately you chase someone, the faster they run? The more obsessively you try to force a business deal, the more fragile it becomes? The harder you try to fall asleep, the wider your eyes stay open? This is not a coincidence. It is a fundamental law of human behavior and psychological projection. The tighter you grip, the more you broadcast a signal of absolute desperation. And desperation is a repellent. True psychological dominance does not come from forced control. It comes from the quiet, devastating power of absolute detachment. To understand why we struggle to let go, we have to look at the illusion of control. The human brain hates uncertainty. We crave predictability, stability, and safety. In our attempt to protect ourselves, we develop a tight grip. We try to control how others perceive us, how fast our projects succeed, and how our futures unfold. But this desperate grip is actually a confession of fear. It tells the world that you do not believe you are worthy of receiving naturally. When you micromanage every conversation, overthink every message, and panic over every delay, you are showing your cards. You are signaling that you lack options. The strategist understands that people and outcomes can sense this energetic tension from miles away. They will instinctively push back because no one wants to be suffocated by someone else's insecurity.
In psychology, there is a concept known as the law of reversed effort. It states that when our conscious desires and our subconscious imaginations are in conflict, the subconscious always wins. The harder you consciously try to do something, the more your subconscious imagines the difficulty of doing it, creating internal resistance. When you actively detach from the outcome, you instantly dissolve this resistance. Detachment is not passive surrender. It is not giving up or being lazy. Detachment is the supreme confidence of saying, I will take the action, but I do not need the immediate validation of the result. When you adopt this mindset, you become incredibly dangerous. Because when a person cannot be bribed with a specific outcome, they can no longer be manipulated. To transition from forced control to strategic detachment, you must master the open hand technique. First, shift your focus from the target to the trajectory. Do the work with absolute intensity, but treat the actual outcome like a stranger at a bus stop. Acknowledge it, but don't obsess over when it arrives. Second, build a psychological redundancy plan. When you find yourself obsessing over a single point of failure, ask yourself, if this specific avenue fails completely, what is my pivot? Having a cold, logical answer to your worst-case scenario instantly breaks the panic of the grip. Force yourself to let go of the timeline. Let your actions be aggressive, but let your expectations remain entirely neutral. The world belongs to those who can want without needing. When you finally release your desperate grip on how things should go, you finally leave room for how things can go. Open your hands, let the dust fall away, and watch what actually stays. If you are ready to claim your psychological sovereignty and master the quiet path to power, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment below. What is one outcome or situation you are choosing to release your grip on today? Welcome to I for Psych. Stay strategic. See you in the next video.